If I could create an ideal school or a school of my imagination, it would be a place where everyone, no matter what, they would belong.
The best school ever, to me, would have something the kids will look forward to. I want them to see it like another home to go to.
To me, a perfect school is where people want to go, not because they have to go, they enjoy going to there.
Food that's accessible for everyone, like different types of food. Academics are important, but I feel like life skills are maybe even more important.
I grew up in a position of poverty, a single mother, but she always made sure that I was fed. Part of being fed was through community support. It was through family members and it was through friends. I would go and eat at friends' houses. Through my high school experience here at Kennedy, there were teachers that recognized that I existed on the margins and they made sure to invest. It was through coaches, it was through teachers. Part of the reason I became a teacher was I wanted to give kids opportunities that I had growing up and I wanted to pay back. I've always, in the back of my mind, made it a mission to try to live my life in a way that does honor to those people that gave to me when I was younger. As a former student of the school, went here from 1992 to 1997, and just a clipper for life. After about 2009, 2010, there were some changing demographics in Windsor and a couple schools were closed down and we had a different population move into the school and the needs changed as a result of that differing population. And so we as a school developed a program where we were going to feed kids on the daily through community donation and through staff donation. So each classroom had a bin in the room where there was food accessible, kids could come and take. We were able to do that for about a month and a half, and then we just simply ran out of resources, didn't have the money. I felt a real deep need to continue to fund those programs. So my wife and I just decided that, you know what, we're just going to continue to have a food cupboard that's fully stocked all the time. It's really hard to run a classroom when basic needs aren't met. You're trying to meet kids at a higher level. Very difficult to operate cognitively when you just don't have basic nutrition in your body. And if they don't have that nutrition coming in because of challenges outside, I believe that we have duty to assist those that are in need. It's one of the reasons I went into teaching was to help those around me. Part of the challenge is how do you fund it? We need intervention from the government, right? There needs to be action from those on high that make decisions that assist those that are less fortunate. We spend a lot of time talking about helping those in need, but it's obvious that the way that we do it is by piecing this all together communally. And that puts a great strain on a system that's already hugely strained and upon kids that are already strained when they come to school.
So, according to the Maslow's law of hierarchy, food is one of the basic physiological needs that has to be fulfilled in order to, fulfilling other aspects of life.
So without food, I would have like bad grades and stuff and not good attendance.
And there's a saying in my language which is pet thanda, means mata thanda. It translates to when your stomach's full, your brain is full. And a school is not a place just for learning. It's when we have that nutritioning program, we are fulfilling our needs here. We're just not learning here, we're fulfilling our needs and we are becoming a better person. Food and eating is a very important thing for us in our culture. We invite our close friends and family, we come together, we have dinner together or we have lunch together, and that is a huge way to catch up on each other's life. Hi, I'm Abia Chaudhary and I'm from Bangladesh. Interestingly, I believe I'm the only Bangladeshi student in Kennedy.
My name is Zara, but everyone calls me Fati, and I'm a grade 11 student at Kennedy. I'm from Nigeria. I think the nutrition program is very important because it helps kids a lot, and I think it should expand in every school. If we didn't have that, I feel like a lot of students would not attend school and they would lack energy when learning and they would not focus a lot in class.
I see one thing we can help out with. I see a lot of schools, they have food programs, but they don't have very healthy things. Like they might have nachos, they might have fries, they might have like really greasy stuff.
It's a multi-diverse school. You see a lot of activities and clubs, and they have a club called MSA, and I like seeing when they do like Ramadan and Eid decorations.
Food's very important to me because it does help me really focus a lot in class, and if I don't have anything in my system, then I'm not focusing on anything else.
I usually used to come to school late because I used to like think about not having food at school, and I used to like stay a little longer to eat food. But now I'm never late to school. Like I don't have to think about that. I just come to school and eat food, and then I'm ready to learn. It's amazing.
I feel like I belong at Kennedy because it's very diverse, and it brings people together because you don't know about other people's cultures or religions, and then once you get to know them, you just kind of find common things with them and you bond. So I'm Macy Green, I'm in grade 11, and I'm in Forum, I'm in GSA, and I help out with the National Lunch Program.
Hi, I'm Fatima Abdel Nasser. I'm currently in grade 10, and I believe that the food program is basically a good thing for kids to look forward to, and I just want to put it out there so I could see it in different other schools. It's something that I look forward to when I wake up in the morning because I like cooking a lot, and when I eat food, I just feel happy afterwards, and it brightens my mood.
It affects like my learning because if I'm not eating and I'm doing math and there's just a bunch of different things going on, I won't be able to focus on any worksheets. I might even like just put my head down, not focus at all, and I'll miss like a lot of lessons in class.
Food for me is focus and mentality and mindset. For me, when I'm hungry or when I'm thirsty or when my body needs something to rely on, I can act different. I can do things unintentionally almost. I'm almost angry or upset, and my energy is really toned down.
My name's Levi. I'm grade 10 at Kennedy. So I play football and play a couple other sports. Food helps with that because it makes me energized after school. It's good to have everybody fit in the nutrition program. Maybe people don't fit in with other kind of groups, so they come to nutrition because maybe that's where everybody kind of fits in together. It brings people together.
It fuels your mind. It is like a reward that you give yourself. When there's no food, there's no want to learn. There's no motivation to keep you kind of going for that little reward at the end, which I think was something big in Kennedy and all across different types of schools.
I feel really included in Kennedy. Kennedy is a place where there's a large amount of diversity and a large amount of differences that really unites people though. Hi, my name's Liana Shoibi, and I'm originally from Palestine, but I'm born and raised here in Canada. I believe that having access to nutrition for students and teachers and everybody is very important, and it's just a really great necessity for everyone to have.
I'm Maj. I'm a Palestinian. I'm raised here in Canada. Everyone eats, everyone drinks water, everyone really enjoys food, I feel. So I feel like food is a very big connecting thing. The multicultural night where everyone got to show off like their different ethnicities, their different cultures, their different backgrounds, I think that was amazing, and I feel like a lot of different schools could benefit from things like that.
I love doing this kind of stuff. I love being here because I love my community, and I love to see people like me being themselves and having fun and being happy. This is really awesome in the community. Seeing parents coming on the stage and dancing with the student means a lot. For me, that they're supporting what we're doing with the kids in the classroom, and they're happy about the school, and I love being part of this. Number one reason why I got involved into this education stuff is to be able to see, by the time I retire, a student like me being a teacher, taking my position.
As a student, of the next generation, I want to be where Sir is at this moment. so I could just give back to my community the way they've given back to us.
I think there's so much value in supporting students when they have the opportunities to express themselves and to show who they are. We know that kids who have connections to their culture have more chances for good mental health opportunities. We just need to make sure that we prop them up when they are having moments to be who they want to be.
Not everyone knows the community of Kennedy. I'm telling you, all my nieces and nephews go here, and I hope one day when I do have kids of myself, I want them to be raised at Kennedy because Kennedy has taught me so much. Kennedy played a huge role in my life in the athletic program. So Kennedy used to have the morning breakfast or a CYW where they would help us with breakfast and lunch. It's just important because it helps with kids' minds, it helps with kids' body, strengthens their mind, strengthens their body. I don't think it's fair for any kid, let alone any human being, to go without a food. So it's very important for the heart and the soul for kids to have food. My name is Lula. I go by Lou. I was raised in Windsor, Ontario since I came here about 8 years old. And then I'm involved in sports. I went to Kennedy, gave back, and was involved in the Kennedy basketball program here. And then had my own program actually called Young Hoopers. And then now I work as a teacher at one of our private schools.
So this project actually reflects one of our gold standard framework around engagement. We are committed to finding ways to engage students in their food environments. It's a commitment to understanding how food impacts and shapes their entire well-being. It fuels body and mind and celebrates cultures, and it provides a support that helps students feel safe and grounded. I've had the pleasure of working with these young students at Kennedy over the last few months, and I am astounded by their level of commitment and the school's level of commitment to creating a space and a place where food is foremost.
The case for National School Food Program stands alone. It is a smart policy, and Canada is falling behind on not delivering a universal school nutrition program to every child. When we invest in a student and help give them that extra support to graduate, to do well in school, we know that that is an investment in the future of our community. Certainly at Kennedy, the data is showing that 75% of students attending this school come from neighborhoods where those barriers are extremely high, more so than kids coming from other neighborhoods. We know in Ontario that the per capita investment is the lowest in the country, 10 cents per child per day. What do you do with that? It's really hard. For the last year, we've been bringing together directors of education, the heads of the health unit, and some key partners that are involved in delivering school food. We're nowhere near where we should be. It's unacceptable. And so when you look at where we're at compared to with where we could be and the energy, that gap, who's the right voices to bring that there? I don't know, but I know that we're gonna keep trying to create the platform, and that biggest voice might be, maybe it's our Minister of Agriculture that's here, but maybe it's a student right here.
If students don't have access to food, they will not be ready to learn and they will not reach their full potential. And my passion around nutrition programming really is rooted in the idea that we are giving up on human potential with our students because they cannot get access to nutrition. And instead of them focusing on being great mathematicians or English scholars or chemists, they're focused on where their next meal is going to come from. And I find that completely unacceptable. In a wealthy nation like Canada, in a wealthy province like Ontario, we can easily, quite frankly, easily fix this problem. We have got to get the right people around the right table at the right time. In the ideal world, we remove all the barriers for all of our kids, and then we allow them to reach their full potential. And in no uncertain terms, I really believe that we're capable. This is a nation that is full of very intelligent people, and we are builders, and we are creators, and we are innovators, and there is no excuse in the 21st century where we can't figure this out. There is no excuse. This world is pretty noisy right now, and there's lots going on our planet right now. But what we can't let go of is the importance of taking care of our kids and educating our students. If we let go of that now, we don't do that now properly, we lose a generation of people who are going to make change on this planet, and people who are going to pay taxes and get good jobs, and we're going to lose all that if we lose sight of the importance of this. So if you're a viewer and you see it, take action and stop talking about it, start doing something about it.